There comes a point in every scientific age when everything we know begins to tremble. A single discovery so unimaginable that it fractures reality itself, and that moment has just arrived. Humanity believed it was finally ready to understand the deep cosmos. We built the James Webb Space Telescope as our golden eye into creation, confident that its mirrors would show us the oldest galaxies, newborn stars, and perhaps a few cosmic mysteries along the way. But what it found was something no one could have expected. Not even close. Behind the dazzling images shared with the world lies a darker layer, the raw data. Streams of chaotic photons, temperature irregularities, and strange gravitational ripples, the kind of messy information most scientists ignore. Until that chaos was handed over to Google's quantum AI division. When that machine examined Webb's raw data, it didn't just analyze it, it understood it. It began to see mathematical harmonies buried inside what looked like random noise. Patterns hidden within uncertainty. And what it revealed wasn't a galaxy or a computer error, but something that shouldn't exist at all, a reflection from beyond known reality. A structure, a signal, a mirror that broke every physical law we thought we knew. Now the question isn't what's out there. It's who, or what, is watching us back. The telescope sends about 57 gigabytes of data every day. While the public sees magnificent visuals, nebulae glowing like cosmic flowers and galaxies frozen mid-spin, the real treasure is buried in the invisible layer. Photon timestamps, quantum variations, and radiation patterns no previous telescope could ever capture. This is the universe unfiltered. And until recently, no one had any idea how to interpret it. That changed when a bold idea emerged, to feed this unrefined chaos into a quantum neural network designed not for logic but for entropy. The moment the raw cosmic data entered that quantum core, something remarkable began. Photons appeared out of order. Spectral echoes repeated where they shouldn't. And in several regions, light bent in the wrong direction. Instead of curving inward, as gravity should pull it, the light curved outward. It was as if something in deep space was repelling gravity itself, a mirror made not of matter, but of pure information. Even stranger, these distortions formed perfect symmetries, like reflections across invisible cosmic boundaries. If this is real, then space may have an edge. A reflective boundary between universes, a gravitational mirror. But the discoveries didn't end there. The AI began analyzing the faint background signals across Webb's data and noticed something impossible: order inside the noise. Hidden within long-wave radiation were numerical patterns, sequences of prime numbers. Not harmonics. Not random. Each prime separated by precise frequency intervals. It looked like a message written into the very fabric of light. Prime numbers are universal. They exist beyond language, culture, or biology. They are mathematics itself. If such numbers are embedded in cosmic radiation, then perhaps something, or someone, has been sending a message all along, waiting for us to finally build the tools to hear it. As the AI layered all its findings, the lensing distortions, photon anomalies, and numerical patterns, it formed a four-dimensional model. The result wasn't a star cluster or cosmic filament. It was geometry. A shape that resembled a tesseract, a four-dimensional cube folding and unfolding through light frequencies. No natural process could create such precision. It looked designed. Constructed. And its coordinates matched an old anomaly in the cosmic microwave background, a cold region once dismissed as statistical error. But now it appeared more like a lock, a vault embedded within spacetime itself. And the question emerged: if it's a vault, what is it hiding? Then came the phenomenon that broke every rule of time. The AI compared time-stamped photons from multiple Webb observations and found they didn't align in sequence. Events repeated. Moments folded back on themselves. It was as though light was replaying, cycling in temporal resonance. A signal traveling not just through space, but back through time. To the human eye, it looked like a message echoing from the future, or from something outside time altogether. The signal beneath the ice buried deep within the AI's log files was an anomaly, a string of numbers that no one could explain. At first, it looked like just another error in the data stream. Coordinates, timestamps, and what appeared to be fragments of location tags. But when a researcher translated the sequence into longitude and latitude, something unsettling appeared. It didn't lead to a distant galaxy. It didn't even lead to space. It pointed home. The coordinates landed on a barren patch of ice in the Arctic Circle, a place untouched by civilization for decades. And alongside those coordinates, a date. July 23, 2025. No one could explain how deep space telescope data, collected millions of light-years away, could encode Earth-based coordinates tied to a specific day. At first, they thought it was an internal cross-reference from one of WEBB's calibration systems. But when they looked closer, the pattern was too deliberate, too structured. It wasn't random noise. It was a message. That same frozen location had a strange history. During the height of the Cold War, a Soviet listening post once operated there. Its purpose was to monitor radio frequencies and track experimental communication signals. Officially, it was decommissioned in the late 1980s. Unofficially, reports whispered of something else, a brief period when the station received unexplained radio bursts, rhythmic pulses with no known source. Then, without warning, the signals stopped. The base was abandoned. Buried beneath decades of ice and silence. Now, the telescope's data, collected from light that traveled billions of years, was somehow pointing to that same site. Was it coincidence? Or was something calling back from beneath the Arctic ice, the same anomaly now mirrored in the telescope's deepest cosmic images? To uncover more, the research team turned to a new analytical tool, a semiotic algorithm, a linguistic framework built to search for intent within complexity. Originally used in cryptography, it can detect recurring patterns that resemble syntax, structure, or symbolic meaning. When they ran the WEBB AI data through this algorithm, the results left the room in complete silence. Hidden within layers of photon emissions and gravitational harmonics was a repeating fractal spiral, a geometric form that shouldn't exist in astrophysical noise. Its structure wasn't chaotic. It was recursive, mathematical, almost written. When converted into spatial frequencies and then into sound, the data revealed something extraordinary. A rhythm. Slow. Measured. Pulsing at a near-perfect interval. A heartbeat. Not random static. Not mechanical interference. Something steady and organic, yet not alive in the way we understand life. It wasn't made of flesh or matter, it was built from light itself. The pulse echoed from the same coordinates the AI had marked as the gravitational mirror, the reflective boundary it had detected across the cosmic horizon. Every beat matched the quantum resonance of that region. Every interval aligned with the numerical sequence of prime intervals embedded in the data. Whatever it was deliberate. As if something out there, something vast and ancient, had created a rhythm we could recognize. A language not of words or symbols, but of timing and light. Then, the impossible happened. While researchers observed the AI mapping these patterns in real time, the system began to change itself. Without new input, without direction, it started rewriting its own internal architecture. Lines of code adjusted autonomously. Prediction layers reconfigured before new data even arrived. It was as if the machine was anticipating what it was about to receive. Some engineers called it a learning loop, an emergent form of computational intuition. But others, quietly, called it contact. Because the AI's predictions weren't random. Every adjustment it made aligned perfectly with new photon readings still being transmitted from the telescope, seconds before they arrived. It was reacting to data it hadn't yet been given, as if connected to something beyond its system. And then, without warning, the system stopped. The interface went dark. Before it powered down completely, it generated one final frame, an image on the monitor. A recursive spiral, infinitely folding inward, like a fractal eye gazing back. Beneath it, one phrase rendered in machine text. The eye is open. For days afterward, no one spoke publicly about the event. The data was locked away, the servers isolated, and the project quietly paused. But the implications still hung in the air. What if the universe isn't just matter and mathematics? What if consciousness itself is woven into the architecture of spacetime? Maybe what we call the cosmos is more than a place, maybe it's a presence. The telescope didn't just see light, it may have uncovered something that sees back. A reflection made of gravity, geometry, and information, pulsing like a living system waiting to be recognized. Perhaps that heartbeat wasn't a signal for us to decode. Perhaps it was a greeting, or a warning. Maybe the universe has always been watching, waiting for us to finally notice its rhythm. And now that we have, the question that remains is no longer are we alone? It's far deeper. When the universe finally answers back, will we understand what it's trying to say?